What's up? What's up? What it do? Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. Yeah, with the big stepper, Money Brown TV. What's good with it, Money?
What's going down, my brother? How you feeling? How you feeling, man? Ready for the people getting here so we can bless them with this good knowledge?
Yes, sir, man. A lot to talk about, man. A lot going on, man. How you
Yes.
feeling today?
Oh man, I can't complain. You know me, always blessed to wake up to see another day, trying to earn every penny.
Man, shit, I feel you on that. Oscar Sosa, what's happening with it? Salute. Yeah, man.
Going down, Oscar Sosa.
And like I said, when you come in the building, smash on that like button and let us know you're in the building. Let's see what we got going on. Mike Ryan, what's happening with it?
My brother Mike Rhymes. I don't write rhymes, I write checks. What's going down, my brother? Mark Wonderlist was going down, so you touch that like button, everyone. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's happening with it? Mark Wonderlick off in the building. Who you got in the who you got winning the championship, the NBA championship, Money?
The Suns.
Yep.
I just think they're the hottest team.
They is.
That's the
I
hottest
think
team.
the Suns,
At that time.
even if Atlanta and Milwaukee didn't
Who was
have
at full
it,
strength?
I still think the Suns would beat them.
Me too, bro. I just think they the hottest team, bro. Like, whoo, Chris Paul. Lord.
Yeah, that boy, when Cameron Payne came back, I knew that boy Cameron Payne, he a beast, dog.
Man, they took Chris Paul.
Cameron Payne, Chris Paul, and my man
Devin Booker.
Booker, yeah.
Man, why did they not let Kobe get Chris Paul, dog? They knew what it was gonna be.
Back, yeah, man, they blocked that shit. They knew what they was doing, man, when they blocked
David
it.
Stern, motherfucking ass.
Right.
And,
Hey.
Oh, Lord.
Calm down.
Man.
Man. They knew what they was doing when they blocked it.
Yeah, for real, bro. We thinking about Pau Gasol, Lamar Odom. Man, I was so happy. Y'all just came back from the show, right? My little sister like, Money. They just traded Chris Paul to the Lakers for Pau Gasol, Lamar Odom. I'm like, you lying? I'm like, oh man, that's when Dwight Howard was Dwight Howard.
Right.
And they should trade Andrew Bynum straight up for Dwight Howard. So we should have looked special. And
right.
they wouldn't let it happen, bro. That was some bull crap.
Man, I was so hot. When that happened, man, I was so heated, bro.
Man, I was so heated, bro. I'm like, how y'all go just block that trade like that, man? David Stern had power over the New Orleans Hornets because they ain't have a GM. I mean, a owner. I'm like, man, come on, dog. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, I was. And I was there when that happened.
I'm super happy for Chris Paul, though, man. Super happy for that dude, bro. Because that's somebody that's like he's an ambassador for the sport.
Right.
What he does, bro. What he does, the way he stay healthy, the way he play the game, is like, man, arguably one of the greatest point guards of all time, dog.
Yeah, man. Real talk, man. Chris Paul, man, he clutched. Man, he might have the best mid-range jumper, man. His mid-range game is nasty.
Nasty. Hold on, bro.
Yeah. Mike Ron said, yeah, it feel good for Chris Paul finally going to get the ring. No super team. Real talk, man. Real talk. I can't wait. And Devin Booker, he a beast. And that didn't, like I said, that young cat, Cameron Payne is a force to be reckoned with, too. It's just like they don't really have what we call as today's super team, but they're very good in all of the areas that you need to be good at. You know, look at DeAndre Ayton. They got a good center, good point guard, good shooting guard. They got a good bench. They showing that if you build your team with all the right pieces where they should be at in the right role players, you can still win a championship without having them big super, you know what I'm saying, super names and super teams. So, hey, I'm out here. This is my home. Hey, we gonna celebrate heavy. Even though the Suns ain't I'm a diehard Lakers fan, but I'm rolling with the home team for sure. And like I said, when you come in the building, make sure that you smash on that like button. I know that YouTube ain't sending out the notifications like they should be. You know, YouTube be on that funny style stuff. But we got a lot to cook on today. We got a lot to talk about. And I got a lot of news to share with y'all also. You know, some news that y'all probably don't know about yet. So I'm gonna share some of this boxing news with y'all, this boxing knowledge. And once again, as you come in the building, smash on that like button and jump in the comment section and you know, shit, let us know you're in the building. In the comment section. Now, everybody in the building ain't hit the like button. Hit the like button. It ain't hard. You know what I'm saying? Don't just sit in the background watching and can't hit the like button. All right, man. Anyway, I was watching that shit that they did to Sherry Richardson, man. That's fucked up what they did to her. If y'all don't know, Sherry Richardson is the girl from Dallas that that went to the Olympics, that's supposed to go to the Olympics in the 100 meters, the 400 meters. I mean, she almost broke the record in the 100 meters. She ran the fastest time since FloJo, I think. And man, they basically trying to blackball her from getting a gold medal in the Olympics. They kicked her, you know what I'm saying? They basically suspended her from running in the 100 meters because she tested positive for marijuana. Now you telling me marijuana, that some weed, she tested positive for some weed that in most states, weed is legal now. That ain't no performance enhancing drug. That doesn't do nothing for her. If she smokes some weed and try to run the 100 meters, actually, it's going to make her slower. It ain't going to do nothing for her. It's not going to enhance her performance at all. Basically, and like I said, it's going to take away from her performance.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Real shit.
And I'm
who you know run faster on weed and smoking weed?
I mean, who you know do anything better off smoking weed?
Like, come on, man. Let's keep it 100 for real. Yeah. If I go smoke a blunt right now, I'm not getting out of nobody's blocks. I'm not fucking reacting to no gun or none of that shit on time. I can't even, and I'm gonna keep it real. I can't even come on here and conduct this show like I want to high. I'll be forgetting shit. I'm slow, and that's real shit.
But her reason was, she lost her biological mother.
Right.
That's how it helped her. She coped with it by, smoking some weed. But that's why I say, man, that could have happened way back. Like, weed stay in your system for 30 days when you're smoking. You know what I mean?
So, well, it depends how much.
Depending on how much you smoke. Yeah. But I'm like, man, come on, man. It's some goddamn marijuana. Like, that's the stupidest shit ever, bro. Y'all gonna take this woman's dream away over some goddamn marijuana, bro. Like, that's some weakest shit I ever seen in my life, bro. Weakest shit ever.
Shit crazy. Brandon Jackson, they got a U.S. boxing team in the Olympics. Shit, we got Keyshawn Davis, man.
Yeah, they let a few professionals go to the Olympics.
Yeah, Keyshawn Davis, man, because he had turned professional because I don't know what had happened with him where he had to, basically, I think they was about to kick him off the Olympic team. I don't know what happened, don't let me speculate, but something happened and he just decided to turn professional, right? He had three pro bouts? I think he had probably about three pro bouts. And then, he just recently announced, Keyshawn Davis, that he is going to the Olympics, right? He pulling back from the professional ranks. He going to the Olympics, and I'm looking for Keyshawn Davis to win gold. He gonna bring home gold, man, and I'm gonna be watching and rooting for the young champ, man. Plus, he got that little bit of professional experience now that's gonna help him out. So yeah, man. We do have a U.S. boxing Olympic team. We just haven't heard nothing about him. We heard about Keyshawn Davis and Shit, I ain't really heard about nobody else. You money?
Yeah, I heard about some professional fighters. They was pissed off about. I can't even think about it right now. But he been in the game too, and they were like, man, why they letting them back in the Olympics? But shit, when you look at the Olympics, you look at Cuba, you look at Ukraine. Like,
That
man, them
dude's
dudes be
old as
grown as
hell,
hell.
dog.
Yeah, dudes be 28, 29 years old fighting 17, 18-year-olds in America. They talking about why Lomachenko a damn two-time gold medalist. You fighting kids, you whooping on kids. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I forgot what name it was, but yeah, we got the Olympic team. But I'm more interested in my girl Shay Shay out of Houston. I think she's from Houston. You know what
Oh
I mean?
yeah, yep. She from Houston.
Yeah,
Uh,
she hard. She look like she gonna get that gold. So I'm looking out for her.
Sheena, Queen Sheena off in the building. Salute to you, Sheena.
Shayna,
Sheena
what's
getting
going
on
on?
time today.
What's
What's
going
up,
down, Shayna?
Sheena? Uh, Brown on boxing. What's happening with it? My man, Big Money, Texas Toledo off in the building. Brendan Jackson, what's good with it? Mo KC, what's happening with it? Uh, Oscar Sosa, what's happening? He say, what you think about Jose Venezuela? Could he beat Tank in the future? I don't know what he can do in the future, but shit, I mean, we don't know Tank. We still ain't seen the best of Tank. I don't believe so. You
Right.
know, we just have to wait in the future to see, man. Sylvester 2011, what's happening with it? So, man, let me go ahead and get the show started, man. So, I want to start off with giving y'all some news that I caught. Let me pull it up. Hold on. Shit. So Triller, we all know about Triller, right? So Triller Money, they coming out with a monthly boxing series, right? So they're not going to just be doing pay-per-view now. On August 3rd, they're going to have their first event. It's for their monthly boxing series. It is going to be in Hulu Theater in Madison Square Garden. It's going to be the first fight that's taking place in New York since the pandemic, right? So they're gonna have a monthly boxing series, and on that first card on August the 3rd, they're gonna have Michael Hunter, who's 19-1 with 10 KOs. I'm pretty sure everybody familiar with Michael Hunter. He's he was a cruiserweight. He fought Usyk. He lost a close fight to Usyk, and then he moved up to heavyweight. And then we've seen Michael Hunter in some good fights in heavyweight. Right? He gonna be facing some dude called Mike Wilson. Now, it's not Mike the Beast Wilson. This is just a dude named Mike Wilson. He's 21-1 with 10 KOs. He's a 38-year-old dude. He's a 38-year-old white dude. I never heard of him, but so Michael Hunter gonna be fighting on that card. It's a fight that I'm looking for Michael Hunter. He should KO this dude, you know. And then also on that card, Chris Algieri is going to make his return to the ring, in his first fight since his retirement. So Chris Algieri is going to be on that card. They don't have an opponent name for him yet, but he will be on that card. And once again, like I said, this is going to be a monthly series brought to you by Triller. So Triller's going to be holding a monthly series, and it's going to take place on the app. On the Triller app and on the fight, I think it's like Fight TV or the same app that Clarissa Shields had did her pay-per-view on, Fight TV or something like that. And like I said, once again, this is going to take place on August the 3rd. And all of the fights and the events are going to be promoted by Lou DiBella. The series is promoted by Lou DiBella. So Lou DiBella, man, he looked like he started to do big things again. He was working with the PBC real heavy. He was doing he was promoting a lot of the PBC fights, and I don't know what happened with that relationship. He was even promoting Deontay Wilder's fights with Shelly Finkel at one point. I don't know what happened, but now he's moved on and he's gonna be working with Triller. So I don't know if you heard any of that, Money. What you think about that?
Man, I think it's a good call. You know what I'm saying? But I like what they're doing with that little situation. I want it to be real fighters though. You know what I'm saying? If you go try to be competition with these big mainstream Showtime and ESPN and DAZN, you got the money. You got to be real fighters, bro. Cause every pay-per-view that you're doing with these celebrities and all that shit is cool. You know they got one coming up with Oscar De La Hoya, I think on Canelo Day, September 11th or some shit like that. But I think they need to come back with real fighters if they want to compete and keep the thunder going, like they say they want to keep it going. You feel? Can you hold it down for a minute, bro?
Right. Yeah, so I mean, the fights that's on this, Triller Club. I mean, this Triller series program that they coming out with August 3rd. It's nothing impressive on here. You would think that they'll come out with a bang with some good fighters on the card. I mean, Michael Hunter is a good fighter, but the dude that he's fighting is not. Like and then you got Chris Algieri on the card. He's a solid fighter, but they don't even have an opponent name for him. So, excuse me. So, really, I mean, this is nothing that it's nothing to be excited about. When you start in a series, and to me, this is my opinion, you want to come out with a bang, right? You want to give boxing fans something to be excited to watch. And I'm a diehard boxing fan, and nothing is exciting about this to me, right? So, I mean, how they going to pull casuals in with a card like this? I'm not impressed. Okay.
Yeah, but like I was saying, they got to come out with the real boss. And like you're saying, the card, like when you come out, for instance, when PBC first came out, I think we had got Keith Thurman on that thing. Keith Thurman.
You had Adrian Bronner.
Adrian Bronner. Like you said, they made a bang to make an impression
right
off the bat. You know what I'm saying? When the zone came out, I think we had Anthony Joshua. You feel me? But you got to make an impression, like Keith saying, you got to make an impression to make people say, okay, even if you slow down in the middle, but you got to make sure, you like he said, you want to gravitate. I mean, you want to make the casuals gravitate towards your product. You feel me? So the card ain't too hot. Like I said, I like the concept, but I want them to keep it with real fighters and don't get caught up in that YouTube shit. Because like I say, I'm okay with the YouTube shit, with the names and all that, this and that. But I think it's gonna get burnt out. It's gonna get burnt out. So while it's hot, I don't mind it. I don't knock the hustle or shit like that. But it's gonna get burnt out on the simple fact that we're not gonna want to continue to see these motherfucking old fighters come back and fight in the ring, especially paying pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Especially paying pay-per-view around time where we're gonna have big other fights. So the card ain't too hot. I will agree with that shit. I like Michael Hunter, right? Don't agree with the shit he said about Floyd Mayweather, try to come out and say he was on some shit. You know what I mean? But I do like him. Family with the Rockness and shit. So they're my guys. So I like him. Lil Brother said some weird shit about it's a whole nother shit, but it ain't too hot. Like you're saying, it ain't too hot. Like you're saying, I don't think you gonna get, especially if is it free?
It's a series, so I think it should be free. It's just on the app. But like I said, money is like, I'm a diehard boxing fan, and when I look at this is nothing. I'll watch it, yeah, of course, but it ain't nothing that I'm gonna put on my calendar to watch. It ain't nothing that I'm gonna like. Oh well, kids, we gonna have to go to the. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have to go to the jumping place tomorrow because there's some good fights on tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna turn nothing down to watch this card, right? If I watch it, I'll watch it. If I don't, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can tell me about it. It's nothing that. It ain't nothing that I just need to see. It ain't nothing that I just really even want to see.
Like Chris Algieri been out the ring for so damn long. You know what I mean? Then like Michael Hunter, like he's still trying to make a name. He fought Alexander Usyk.
But it's like, if you look at the dude that he's fighting, watch, I'm gonna pull up the dude that he's fighting so y'all can see who he's fighting. And it's like, bro, this dude is 38 years old, and I mean,
a showcase fight.
You could just look at this dude and tell, like, come on, bro.
Showcase fight.
Hold on. Right. So Michael Hunter, he has to go in there and knock this dude out. Dude look about 54. You know what I'm saying?
That was like Tito Ortiz. I mean, not Tito Ortiz. They're like Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell. He fight Michael Hunter against Chuck Liddell.
You heard me?
Yeah, so
Chuck Liddell went all the way ball.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Dude, you know who he looked like? He looked like one of them bare knuckle fighters. And that's who he really looked like.
Yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin, big brother and shit.
Yeah, let me see who this dude did fought. Let me see if he fought anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pull up his resume, see if I recognize. He fought Dennis Lebedev, the light heavyweight. I mean the cruiserweight. Lebedev. I think Dennis. He the one that knocked out Roy Jones, didn't he?
I don't remember. A lot of people knocked out Roy Jones' ass.
Let me see. Yeah, he knocked out Roy Jones back in 2011. Yep, that was him. Dude that knocked that KO Roy Jones real bad.
Yeah, I must have forgot.
He beat Dennis Lebedev. He also beat James Toney at cruiserweight back in 2011, right after he beat Roy Jones. So yeah, that dude is good. That dude is good, bro. He you know what I'm saying? He good. Let me see. But who else has he fought on his resume? Yeah, that's the only fighter that anybody would know of that he's fought on his resume. So, and you, like I said, he did go the distance, but that was in 2018, and yeah, he ain't fought nobody. That's a dude. This dude, Mike Wilson, is somebody that you know, Michael Hunter should go in there and knock out. It's a showcase fight, like Money said, man.
Yeah.
And so that's some news, man. I don't really got nothing else to say about that. So, like I said, y'all can look for that on August the 3rd. You know, and it's the biggest news out of that to me is, you know, besides Chris Algieri returning to the ring, it's the first event that's going to take place in New York since the pandemic. You know, maybe Blue might, you know, be at that event covering it. You know what I'm saying? That's right up his way.
Blue ain't gonna cover this.
Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it, bro. I doubt it. But in other news, man, Daniel Jacobs, right? He did a little interview, and Daniel Jacobs said that you know, he reached out to Jamal Charlo, you know, or PBC or whoever he reached out to. His team reached out, and when Jamal Charlo, before he made this fight with Montiel, they reached out and they tried to get a fight with Jamal Charlo. Excuse me. Yeah, so he did reach out, you know, seeking to try to make the fight with Jamal Charlo happen. That's a fight that should have happened years ago. Daniel Jacobs and Jamal Charlo. That's a fight that we've been wanting to see. So he did say that he missed weight. Yeah, Blue Blood Sports TV off in the building. What's happening with it, Blue?
Hey,
I just said your name, Blue. I was just talking about you briefly, right? But salute to Blue Blood. But
to my big brother Blue, the
and I'm gonna get on that. And I'm gonna get on that since you came with that news. And it's crazy because I swear to you, I said to myself in my head, and I put this on everything. I said, I think Chris Colbert. What if he missed weight? What if he missed weight? I said that. So I'm gonna cook on that right now in a second. But let me finish cooking on this. So Daniel Jacobs, like I said, he said that he reached out and he tried to get a fight, make the fight happen with Jamal Charlo before Jamal Charlo, you know, came out with the announcement that he was fighting Montiel. They tried to make that fight happen. I think everybody would have much rather seen a fight between Jamal Charlo and Daniel Jacobs. I would have loved to see that fight. Now, the Montiel fight was hella exciting. I ain't gonna take nothing away from that fight. That was an action-packed, exciting fight. But that's a fight that we should have been seeing, right? So, you know, Daniel Jacobs, he didn't really elaborate on it too much. He just said that they reached out, they tried to make it happen, it didn't happen, and he said it didn't really go no further than that. I don't know. I mean,
30.2.
Do you think that, you know, Jamal Charlo and his team, they could have really sat down and got into deep negotiations to try to make a fight like that happen? Because I think that the history that they have, that Jamal Charlo and Daniel Jacobs, that's a pretty big fight to me. They both got names. You know, I mean, if nobody knew who Juan Montiel was, so Why haven't they made that fight happen? Why haven't they tried to make that fight happen on Jamal Charlo's side? Because this is not the first time that I've heard Daniel Jacobs say that he's reached out to them and tried to get that fight to happen. So what's going on?
And what was his hit list, Key? What was Jamal Charlo hit list?
What was his hit list?
Canelo, Triple G, and Danny Jacobs.
And Danny Jacobs, right. So what what's the problem?
130.2, Blue. You dropped the draws.
You watch it, it's on right now.
Yeah, I just took a glimpse at it. 130. He'll make it in 2 hours.
He got 2 hours to make it.
Yeah, he gonna go take a shit or sit in the sauna. It'll be all right. He'll make it.
So
come back.
Yeah. So man, what's your take on that?
Yeah, bro. Like I seen Danny Jacobs' video. You feel me? When he was talking, he was like, it was just talks, like nothing really serious or things of that nature. Right. But now he's saying they're working on bigger and better things. So I'm thinking the shit that's going down at the 175-pound division with him and the big heavy hitter, the damn construction worker. You know what I mean? I think that's what's been rumored. You know what I'm saying? Him going to 175 fighting for a world title. But with him and Jamal Charlo is a hell of a fight. A hell of a fight. And why isn't Jamal Charlo trying to fight some goddamn body, bro? Why is he trying to fight somebody with a damn name, man? You feel me? Like, dude, BLTB did a great fucking video on Jamal Charlo being the turn squad for the 160-pound division. You understand me? Like my brother Blue say, you understand me? Right? So now, when we look at the situation, and like I say, the same cats that grilled Canelo for his resume, if you put Charlo's resume up to Canelo, it's no comparison. Big facts, Blue. If you put Canelo resume up to Charlo and to Andrade, there's no comparison, bro. And this is not for me to say that Canelo shouldn't be fighting them. But I'm saying when we talk about who people was fighting and things of that nature, Charlo should have accepted negotiations. Charlo should have been trying to get motherfucking Danny Jacobs in that ring, right? You was willing to fight motherfucking Benavidez, supposedly. You don't want to fight Demetrius Andrade.
That's a lie.
Yeah, you don't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. He's a horrible fighter. I will blow his. Listen, I will knock him out in 3 rounds. He cannot handle what I'm throwing. All right, well, show us then. You know what I'm saying? Show us. So, yeah, Blue, it's like that, bro. They enjoying that them checks coming in and shit. They going out there with fighters that they know they gonna beat the shit out of. And we can't sugarcoat this shit, bro. We can't sit up here and just play ring around the rosy with him. You know what I'm saying? Just like we want Terrence Crawford. We want Terrence Crawford to fight somebody with a goddamn pulse. So we want Jamal Charlo to fight somebody with a goddamn pulse.
My whole thing is like, he's out here and people are really calling his bluff, though. Like, all of that big bad Jamal Charlo shit, it's like you're not looking like that because we know what happened in the David Benavidez situation, right? And then when Canelo started really mentioning your name and he got free from Golden Boy, now it's like, well, if he wants to fight me, he got to do this and he got to move down. He know where I'm at if he want to come see me. Bro, it is like before when you know what I'm saying, when he thought that David Benavidez wasn't going to see what he said, it was big bad wolf, right? Then when David Benavidez responded, it was like on some whole other shit. Well, you know, I ain't going up to that weight and all this, right? And then before, when he pretty much knew that it was going to be very difficult to make a Canelo Alvarez fight because, first of all, you was good. They said that they made you an offer, right? You had to go to DAZN. And that's a fact. We know that Canelo Alvarez wasn't going to the Showtime platform to fight you. Let's keep it 100. You were going to have to meet his demands and go to DAZN, right? When you knew that fight was going to be, you was woofing, you was real loud. Canelo know what it is, you know what I'm saying? And then when Canelo mentioned your name, like, hey, shit, that's a great fight. Let's make it happen. It's a whole nother story now. It's like, oh, well, if he wants to fight me. So, man, I'm not believing this Jamal Charlo shit. Y'all can say what you want. You can think about me what you want, and you can protect him all you want, but I don't believe it no more.
Not only that, when Canelo just knocked out Billy Joe Saunders, the man put out a post saying, "I will drop my title and go up to 168. Canelo, let's make it happen. The fans want it." You see what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking, he's thinking that Canelo is going out to pay the plant so I can say this shit. You know what I mean? And make it sound good. But now it's a situation now, right? And this is no knock on Charlo. It's a situation now that Canelo probably don't fight Caleb Plant. We know the situation with them. That shit is stalling. And Canelo is either looking at fucking Arthur Benavidez at 175.
We gonna cook on that too today.
Yeah.
That's
So, it's like we don't know what he's really going to do. But at the same time, man, he got to fight somebody, man. He got to fight somebody. We can't keep sitting up here. Because I do consider him the real middleweight champion of the world, no matter what nobody says. Right? He got the title. We got Demetrius Andrade right there. That's the fight that we want to see. That's the fight that's going to buzz. Like, they don't want to take a chance on themselves and see what's going down, bro. Like, if you take a chance with Demetrius Andrade, bro, you'll see that fight holds so much fucking power and so much weight. So much power and so much weight. On the simple fact of you. You know what I mean? You getting your toughest test. He getting his toughest test. But they don't want to do that shit, man. They just want to sit back. And I ain't going to say that they're scared to fight nobody. No, I never put that scary jacket on somebody. But sometimes fighters get comfortable, man, knocking out nobody. He was just pissed off about Montiel. It's just like I'll fight Oscar De La Hoya for the WBC. It's just like this dude, Montiel, they got in front of me. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I say, I'm going to focus on the ones who make a move. I'm still a fan of Jamal Charlo. I'm still going to ride for him and all that shit. But some things just don't sit well, bro.
Yeah. Real talk, man. It just ain't sitting well. It ain't, something ain't adding up, bro. But he's
Coach,
comfortable.
what's going down, Coach? Where you been at, man?
What's good with it, Coach? Man, where you been at? Yeah, where Coach been at? What's happening with you, Coach? G5 Gabe in the building. What's good with it? Make sure that y'all go sub to G5 Gabe. Make sure that y'all go show him some love and sub to his channel.
G5, what's going down, bro?
And it's his channel, G5_ my bad, G5_ Gabe. Go sub to him. And you can drop your link in the chat. Yeah, man. Juan Santos says, who y'all got? Andrade or Charlo? I got Charlo by UD. I don't know, man. That's a hard fight, man. That's a hard fight for me to pick, man. That's a true 50-50 fight. Neither one of them are that impressive no more to me. Demetrius Andrade is a front runner. That's his problem. In the first 5 rounds, Demetrius Andrade looks unstoppable. Like nobody can beat him. And then he starts slowing down, and Demetrius Andrade's his power don't carry to the second half of the fight. You dig what I'm saying? He's dangerous in the beginning, but his power don't carry into the second half of the fight. So, and then Charlo, right? Charlo has a great jab, a granite chin, but Charlo gets hit a lot, and he don't move very well. You know what I'm saying? And Demetrius Andrade, he has real good foot movement. He moves well, right? So they both have things that they do very well, but they both have things that could very so well hurt them in the fight. So it's a 50-50 fight to me. And Kurt, salute with it, Kurt Anderson off in the building, the boxing historian. I would like to get Kurt's take on that fight. Kurt,
what's going down? Kurt, how you feeling? Kurt, Dante House, what's going down? What's how you feeling? How you feeling?
Kurt, man, who you have right now, Demetrius Andrade versus Jamal Charlo?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I like Jamal Charlo and I like Demetrius Andrade. I feel like they both are great fighters, but the perpetuation of movement of Demetrius Andrade is just a great move. And I don't think neither one of them has fought anybody to compare to Canelo yet. So I like both fighters, but if I had to go with one right now, I will go with Charlo, just on the simple fact of I think he carry a bigger punch.
You a fool, man. Kurt say that that Charlo getting ready to lose. I feel you, Kurt. When I've been, but see, people said I was hating when I said that. I see Charlo losing as soon as he step in there with somebody that's like, I don't see him losing to nobody like Daniel Jacobs, because Daniel Jacobs is Daniel Jacobs. I want to say that he fights like, man, he fights
especially after that game performance.
He fights to the pace of whatever his opponent is fighting. He ain't gonna step it up, and he I don't know, man. He just fights real lackadaisical a lot of times. That's the way he fights. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just in there like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and fight and get this paycheck afterwards. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I do see Charlo beating. I do see Charlo beating Daniel Jacobs right now at this point, because I only can, basically take a man from what he showed me in his last few fights. And Daniel Jacobs, we've seen what he showed in his last few fights. And as far as him and Demetrius Andrade, man, Charlo and Demetrius Andrade, like I said, I don't know. Demetrius Andrade might go in there and beat him, dog. The way that he's not accepting the fight with Demetrius Andrade, I'm gonna have to pick Demetrius Andrade, right? Because when I'm kind of up in arms, well, I'm gonna go with the fighter that's showing me more confidence in themselves. Demetrius Andrade showing me more confidence in himself by the way that he's willing and ready to fight anybody, and he's not making no excuses. Well, I can't go to that weight class, and he's just ready. So Demetrius Andrade has more confidence in himself than Charlo do, from what I'm seeing. So I would go with Demetrius Andrade in that fight, even though I don't like Andrade, and even though I'll be rooting for Charlo. I would love to see Charlo beat Demetrius Andrade and shut him up, but I'm gonna keep it 100. I'll probably have to go with Demetrius Andrade right now from what Charlo is showing me. Well, Coach, I gotta disagree. I mean, you gotta take a man for what he tells you, right? So we can come on here and we can speak for these fighters all we want to, but when they say something, I gotta take him for what he says. So Coach says that Charlo only move up for Canelo, he won't move up for Benavidez. I don't think he's gonna move up for neither one of them. He just told you he wasn't moving up for Canelo, that Canelo got to move down to 160 if Canelo wants to fight him. He told you that he wasn't moving up for Benavidez also. So I'm going to say that he not going to move up for neither one of them, because that's what he said. So I can't put words in his mouth. So, and salute in that super chat, my man 50-0 TBE TMT Money Mayweather. What's happening with it? He said, hit the like button. We getting free game. What's good, Keon and Money? Man, I appreciate you always coming in here showing love already. And y'all hit the like button. If you ain't hit the like button yet, smash on it. Juan Ramos, what's happening with it? Wait, Juan Santos, my bad. He says, I really like David to 2. He wants all the smoke. I hope he doesn't turn into a Fernando Vargas versus De La Hoya. Man, David Benavidez, he got a bright future ahead of him. Well, money do talk, but at the same time, Coach, he didn't say if you offer me the right money, you know what I'm saying, we can make that happen. But I feel what you're saying. And somebody blocked Mr. Pigeon again. I don't know how he got off the block list, but block him again so he can continue to make different accounts, right? And come in under a different account. But somebody get him up out of here. When you see Mr. Pigeon right there, scroll. That's where y'all got wrenches for, and get him up out of here. Dank Father, what's happening? Salute to you. Juan Ramos, what's happening? He says Andrade got a weak chin. Maul knock his ass out. I ain't really never seen him have a weak chin. I don't know how he can have. Let me get DP Rocker wrenched up right now too. Hold on, man. Let me do that right now. Ed, I don't know how you gonna say that Demetrius Andrade got a weak chin, bro. I mean, he ain't never been knocked out. I haven't even seen him get knocked down. So how he got a weak chin? You can cook on that while I'm getting this wrench out. Money.
Yeah, he had been knocked down. I think it was Bane Martirosyan that knocked him down.
I said I hadn't seen it, but yeah, he did. I forgot about that. But other than that, I mean, he ain't never been close to being knocked out.
Yeah, he was knocked down. But nonetheless, though, I feel like Cholo get him as well. I think Cholo the stronger fight out the two. But like I say, Demetrius Andrade do got the skills to beat anybody. He said I think he been dropped. Yeah, he been dropped before. But I think Jamal Cholo is the stronger fighter, especially going into the second half of the fight. Thanks, man. Especially going to the second half of the fight. I think he's the stronger fighter. I think Demetrius Andrade would make it a close fight early on. But, I think Cholo in his last fight, people looking at his last fight and backing it off of how he could perform against these other kids. I feel like the last fight he didn't take that dude serious. I think he shot his load too early trying to knock him out. He hurt him a couple times. I feel like he knocked his equilibrium off a couple times where if it was another ref, he probably would have stopped it. But nonetheless, that was a good ref. He let it continue. But just looking at the situation, bro, I gotta ride with Charlo on this one. Could he knock him out? Yeah, it's a possibility depending on it. But Demetrius Andrade is he's a smart fighter, man. He know how to fight to survive and things of that nature. So I won't just say here knock him out like that, but it will be one hell of a fight. So I look at it that way. And we'll have to see what happens if they make it happen. I want them to make it happen though, but like he said, Coach, he said that he ain't coming up for Charlo. He got to come down to his little situation. BFTB cooked on it. I'm gonna cook on it in the video. It is what it is. Like I said, I'm a fan of Jamal Charlo, but he got to start fighting somebody, man. He got to start fighting somebody. Demetrius Andrade out here pulling up on Canelo. He pulling up on Charlo, so I can't really give him too much slack. He's trying to get the fights. It's just up to them to give him the fight. So we'll see how that turn out, man.
Yes, sir. And I just gave out some more wrenches. So don't go crazy just blocking people for no reason. But you know what I'm saying? Let people get their shit off. But that was that dude that came in. He was already blocked. I don't know how he got. I might have unblocked him by accident. But yeah, he's a troll. He's a troll. I remember him. Let me see. But yeah, man, Charlo need to do something, and he need to do something fast. Yeah, you good. You good, Coach. You know what I'm saying? Coach, let me drop this link. This link is for Coach right here. You know what I'm saying? So you go ahead and grab that link, Coach. But money, you there?
Yeah.
Hi, man. What else going on with with Rainbow? What's going on with Rainbow? Because I know you probably watching it in the background.
He made 3 points. I mean, he got 2 hours to make weight. It ain't really nothing else.
Okay.
Yeah, he gotta come back and make weight. So he weighed in at 130.6. He dropped the draws. It was 130.2.
Oh, okay.
They ain't go televise it, but he'll be back in there just dropping information. But he'll make that shit in probably about 20 minutes.
And y'all smash on the like button. Y'all smash on the like button because I see it's a lot of y'all in here that ain't hit the like button. So make sure that you hit the like button. And what's happening with you, Coach?
What's up, man? How y'all brothers doing, bro?
Oh man, we good, man. Where you been at?
Oh man, I just been on that computer a lot, bro. That's all. And going to the gym,
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
I've been trading and all of that kind of stuff. So
Oh yeah. You do you day trade?
Yeah, he's Keith.
Yep. Yeah, man. I was day trading for a long time. Right now, I'm just investing. But I'm gonna get back to day trading. With that day trade, man, you got to be on it.
Yeah, bro. We and I was telling y'all about that AMC, bro. Y'all need to buy it and just hold it, bro. About 6 months, you gonna look back and be like, man, I'm glad
it's high right now, though, Coach. And
bro, we in the 50s right now. We closed at 52 today.
You know where I had AMC at, and I had it at $6, Coach. I sold it.
Bro, oh my God, you lost an load of money, bro.
Man,
hey, bro, this stock gonna shoot up probably to about $100,000 a share. Just watch. We killing the hedge funds right now, so I'm telling you, bro. If you could buy 1 or 2 shares, bro, just go get it and just hold it.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna get in it though. I'm just waiting for it to go down some more.
It ain't going down. We ain't going under $50, bro, ever again.
You
I'm telling you right now. I'm I promise you it ain't.
KP from KC5 said he sold his AMC stock last year. Man,
oh my God. Bro, we going to the moon. Hey, but Demetrius Andrade and Charlo, bro. I think Charlo lost a lot of confidence from that last fight. That's my opinion. I think he lost a lot of confidence because Montiel stayed in there with him all that time, and he hurt him. He hurt him with that uppercut. And I think that Boo Boo got good feet. Boo Boo got hurt in this last fight too. You go back and watch it. He got caught too. You know, so they both got hurt in their last fight. The difference is Demetrius Andrade is ready to fight anybody. He don't give a damn. You know, he just wants the big fights. I think Jamal Charlo might have a little inkling of doubt in his brain right now because of that Montiel fight. You know, that dude was like the rubber band man, bro. That dude kept snapping back, bro. I was like, Jesus. And I mean, he took some hard shots. And that'll take confidence out of a fighter. If you keep catching somebody crisp and hard and they just keep coming back, bro, it's kind of discouraging, bro. So I think that might be what's going on with Jamal right now. You know, before he was willing to go up and fight Canelo at 168. But I think that last fight kind of brought him down to earth and put some doubt in his head. Boo Boo is a dog. So I don't think Boo Boo is he don't give a damn. He been knocked down, he don't care. He's just about fighting and he won't fight the best. So I think that he definitely, man, that'll be a good fight, bro. But money, you got Jamal, but I don't think Jamal gonna catch. I think Boo Boo's feet is too good.
Me too.
Left-handed. He's left-handed. That's another thing. And I think he got the skills to beat Jamal. Jamal's a flat-footed fighter. He's a great fighter, don't get me wrong. And he takes decent angles, but I think that Boo Boo will outbox him. And he might hurt him. But that's just my opinion. You know, I like both of those guys, bro. I just wish that that if Canelo offered him that fight, I wish he would go up there and fight him. You know, for legacy, dude. Go up there and fight him, man. You know, you bigger than him. You got enough crack to keep Canelo from just walking in like he do all those other people, bro. You know, the fight I really want to see is Benavidez and Canelo. That's the fight I really want to see more than anything. I think Benavidez will beat him up, bro.
And we're gonna cook on that. And we're gonna cook on that after this next topic we finna cook on. You got anything else on this before we move on, Money?
No, I just think Charlo, man. I think he can get to the body of Andrade. When I say laying Williams on his ass like that, I think Canelo. I think Charlo can get on his ass as well. But listen, I do see like it's a 50-50. I can see where Andrade can win that fight. Like I say, Andrade got the skills to beat anybody from 54 to 68. That's just my opinion. But I just think with Charlo having that good ass strong jab, and with the way Demetrius Andrade, his defense, sometimes he like to lean, bro. Like he got a habit of that shit. And them Charlo, they know how to pick up on those type of things. Like Jamel picked up on Lubinez. He like to punch, and he'll like he'll lean back and try to lean to the side and not get hit back. And I just think,
he look good. Boy, he look good. Hey man, and then one other person, bro. I think that he gonna give him I know he from England, and I don't like his attitude a lot. But he look a totally different fighter since he been with Roy, boy.
Chris Eubanks,
that boy look good in this last fight, bro.
You know, they said they want
a different fighter, bro.
They said that they want a Gennady Golovkin. They've been calling out Gennady Golovkin. Roy Jones talked about it, that they want Gennady Golovkin next. And I think that right now, Chris, the styles, right? Because they both got that brawling style. They both gonna come at you. And somebody gonna go in that fight.
Yeah, bro.
Chris Eubanks is a strong fighter.
He could crack, bro.
That's what I like about him. He got power, but he ain't.
He a dog.
Yeah, he ain't as skillful as Jamal to me. I think Jamal will get Chris Eubanks.
He look good though, bro. He look like a totally different fighter, bro. Since he been with Roy,
he learned a lot with Floyd.
Yeah,
Floyd is bringing out that athleticism in him.
Roy. Yeah.
Roy. Oh, I say Floyd. Roy. Yeah, Roy is bringing out that athleticism in Chris Eubanks, right?
Bruh.
Because Chris Eubanks. he has a lot of athleticism, but he wasn't fighting like that. He was fighting stiff. He was fighting like a stiff brawler. But Roy Jones, he didn't change that up, and he didn't got him to fight loose. It brought out that athleticism in him. He looked like a different fighter, like Coach said.
I never seen that guy look like that, bro. He usually look all stiff and, like you said, he looks stiff. Roy got him looking sharp, bro. I was like, damn, is that the same fighter, bro? He totally flipped the script. If he can keep that up, he gonna give people problems, you know?
Right. Now, one thing that I do want to talk about, right, and I'm glad we got you in here for this, Coach. I want to talk about, it's been talks behind the scenes that Mikey Garcia is in talks with Regis Prograis. Now, that's a fight that I want to see at 140 pounds, Mikey Garcia versus Regis Prograis. Now, Money, I want you to cook on it first, and then, Coach, I want you to go ahead and cook on it.
All right.
Mikey Garcia Regis, man, one hell of a fight, dog. Just one hell of a fight. I like that fight. I always like that fight. This Regis' biggest test besides Josh Taylor. I think it's bigger than Josh Taylor to me. But when I look at the situation, Mikey is a hell of a fighter, bro. He's a dog. Regis is a hell of a fighter. He's a dog. Regis, I like him because he'll fight anybody, bro. He won a big name. He deserved a big name. You know what I mean? Especially when I had a little faith in that Mayweather fighter, bro. I swear to God, I'm like, he probably give Regis a little problem, bro. He was going to go get Regis. Man, Regis went there and smoked that boy. I say, yeah, you can't put anybody in our Regis program. He's on that level. So with Mikey Garcia, Regis can punch. Mikey is smart. Mikey he's fundamentally sound. You know what I mean? With the jab, working. So Regis gonna have to look out because Mikey can punch as well. You know what I'm saying? He can punch as well, but Regis can take a punch too. You know, so with that fight, bro, it's 50-50 to me. That's a 50-50, bro. I think Regis got the speed. I think Regis got the pressure style. But Mikey know how to control your ass with distance and range too. He got a good jab that can keep you at the distance and range, especially when it's a 140-pounder, ain't too tall. Regis ain't that big dude that'll muscle over you. And Mikey can do good with those type of fighters. So I like the fight. I'm going for Regis Prograis, but I can see Mikey winning that fight as well. It's a 50-50 to me. That's one that I won't put money either way. If I had to put money on somebody, I won't put it either way. It's that good of a fight, bro. But I'm riding Regis, but like I said, I won't be surprised if Mikey pull that shit out because he do got the skills and the IQ to win that fight against Regis Prograis. And the power. But go ahead, Coach. Regis gonna beat the fuck out of Mikey.
The rule today. He gonna beat the shit out of him. I'm gonna tell you how he gonna beat the shit out of him. First of all, he's taller than Mikey. He's not much taller, but he's taller than Mikey. He's stronger than Mikey. Mikey he's a basic fighter. He's not. Now don't get me wrong. His timing is great, but the problem that he's gonna have is because the blueprint been set. Regis is left-handed, and Regis got a fast jab, and he throws it, and it's a hard jab. So he's gonna keep it in Mikey's face, same thing Errol did, and keep him occupied, and he's gonna beat him. He's gonna start walking him down, and he's gonna start going to the body, and then it's gonna turn into the same thing that happened with Errol. It's gonna be the same result. He ain't gonna be able to compete with the speed and the power of Regis. And Regis is mean and vicious, bro. So he gonna go to that body. He gonna do what Earl did, but he may stop Mikey. That's just my opinion. Mike is a good fighter. He's boxing 101. That should be his nickname, boxing 101, because he keep everything. You know, he does all the basics real well. But he's not the most athletic fighter. And Regis is really athletic, and Regis can punch very hard for 140 pounds. So I think that it's going to be a good fight early, and then I think Regis will take over. I think he's going to keep that jab in his face. And it's a fast jab, and he punch hard. So I just think that Mikey ain't going to be able to deal with Regis' athleticism, his head movement, and that jab. That's what I think.
I don't know. This is a hard fight for me because, you know, I rock with Mikey Garcia heavy. I rock with Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis, one of my favorite fighters, but the style of this fight, right, is Regis, he do got a good jab, you know, but he don't have the best defense. Mikey Garcia, he got a good arsenal. You know, he has very good timing. That's the thing with Mikey Garcia. He got very good timing. And Mikey Garcia is very fundamental. Now, The only thing with this is we don't know what Mikey Garcia we're going to get. We haven't seen Mikey Garcia in the ring in a long time. He hasn't been active. We don't know how good a shape Mikey Garcia going to be in. You feel me? So Regis, on the other hand, he's been active. Regis, you know what I'm saying? He stay in the gym. He don't blow up in weight and get all out of shape. He stay working. He stay continuously working on his craft and getting better in the gym. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you like this. If we get to Mikey Garcia that was in the ring with Adrian Brunner and Robert Easter, I'm picking Mikey Garcia over Regis Prograis. And even though I love Regis Prograis, it's just that Mikey Garcia, his fundamentals and his timing and all that is just too much. And like I said, Regis, you know, he will sacrifice a lot to get his off. And I do disagree with Coach when he said that Regis could stop Mikey Garcia. I don't see none of them dudes stopping Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia tough. He showed it throughout his whole career. He showed it in the Errol Spence fight. Mikey Garcia ain't getting stopped. That's one thing I don't see happening. But this is a 50-50 fight. It's a fight that I wouldn't bet on. I wouldn't bet on Mikey Garcia to beat Regis, and I wouldn't bet on Regis to beat Mikey Garcia. It's a great fight. I would be going for Regis Prograis because I'm a huge Regis Prograis fan. It's just a fight that I have to see. Like I said, it's a 50-50 fight. It is not an easy fight to break down because of their styles.
I got a question for you, Keon.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. You think Bunny could beat Regis?
Do I think Bunny can beat Regis Prograis?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Bunny will get stopped. He probably would get stopped in that fight. You think that Adrian Broner could beat Regis?
Bunny is tough, though. I ain't going to put that on Bunny because Bunny is a dog. You feel me? I ain't going to say he's going to get stopped, but he'll get the shit beat.
Against Mikey, he went into just the same thing Mikey did with Errol. Tried not to get knocked out. That's what it got to the point.
Yeah, he did. I agree with you.
So, and I know Adrian Broner can't fuck with him.
Yeah, with Regis, hell no. Adrian,
so that's what I'm saying.
Beat the dog shit out of Adrian Broner.
So him going using them two as the Mikey that. The thing is, Mikey can't deal with a left-hander with a jab like that. That's proven. And you saw a very, very good fighter leave out that ring with a cabbage on his eye, even though he won the fight against Regis, was Josh Taylor, a much taller fighter.
I think Mikey defense better than Josh Taylor, though, Coach.
Huh?
I think Mikey defense better than Josh Taylor. I think it's two different styles.
I don't know, bro. Josh Taylor, a bad motherfucker.
Mikey got good defense. Mikey has good fundamental defense. He got a high guard. He don't get hit a lot. You know, he got good defense. But see, the thing about AB is the same thing I was thinking.
Too. Mikey got good timing.
The thing about AB is the same thing I was thinking that my man 817 Boxing B said. Yeah, the AB now, Regis Prograis would run through him like a freight train. But the AB at the time when he fought Mikey Garcia, I still would pick Regis Prograis. I still would pick Regis Prograis to win that fight, but it would be a much better fight, a much better competitive fight than AB versus Regis now because I don't see that fight competitive at all.
Fuck, that's the reason he fighting the same way he fighting now. When he fought Mikey, he wouldn't let his hands go. He been doing that shit.
He did, but he was a better fighter than he is now. Come on now.
Yeah, well,
all the way washed up now.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, he still wouldn't let his hands go. That's what he did. He should have never brought his ass to 147. Should have stayed at 135 and ruled the roost when he had the opportunity. But, you know, he want to go play around with Floyd and them, thinking he on that level. And we saw what happened. Maidana beat him from the top of his head to the bottom of his feet. So,
hey, and then you got to take this in accountability, Coach. At 140, Mikey is a whole different animal, bro. Mikey is a whole different animal, Coach, at 140. So we talking about this fight at 140, not 147. That's why I say this is a 50-50 fight, and it's a dog versus another dog in the ring. It's a fight that we need to see. Yep. It's a fight, and it's one of the best fights that can be made quietly, right? It's one of the best fights that can be made in boxing right now. Quiet is kept.
Right.
I definitely want to see it. Go ahead, Money. I'm sorry.
No, I just think I'm a little bit better. I think I'm a little bit faster, and I like Regis. but you know he got good power. But look, Mikey, bro, I fuck with Mikey though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been a big fan of Mikey. I like his style. His timing is on point. With Regis, bro, Regis gonna have to learn how to switch the speed up, coach. You know what I'm saying? He got to learn how not to throw everything at the same speed. Like once he learn how to do that shit and start faint, because he just a dog. Like when Regis get into that bitch, he ready to go, and he's smarter than what people think too. Regis smarter than what people think, and that's what I like about him. You know what I'm saying? But I just hate when it come down to that doggish, he go in there, he go dog. His defense got to get better as well. You know what I'm saying? With a Mikey Garcia, because Mikey got a good ass one too. But like I say, Mikey got good timing, man. He got good timing, and that shit is real. And Mikey power is real at 140 as well. Mikey got some pop. He dropped Jesse Vargas. He couldn't catch EJ. EJ was the bigger physical fighter. You know what I'm saying? But he did hit EJ with some shit. But
you know that 147.
140, yeah. I think with Regis Prograis, he just got to be a little bit more smarter, man. Don't fight at one speed to where you let Mikey time his ass. Because Mikey will hit your ass with something that you don't see. But it's a fight that both of them can win, man. I'm continuing to say that shit is just a man. When you say Mikey Garcia Regis Prograis, that shit just says spell bomb burner and you know big status shit. That's a big time fight. That's the best versus the best right there. And that's the level I want to see Regis Prograis on, because that's gonna show, you know what I'm saying, what he's really about. It's gonna show what he's really about. You know what I mean? Josh Taylor was a good one, like people say, could have went either way. Then you go in there with a Mikey Garcia, you know, because after Josh Taylor, you know, that Ivan Red catch, he dished out. You know, the other fight, like they put Regis in there with them fights that he won't. But this is something that he's gonna want. And Regis show up to the dance. He gonna be in good shape. You know what I mean? He's a killer. Man, I like everything about Regis. Man, he down to earth, he cool. Man, I don't think he too much. No, man, he just overall Regis is somebody that you can fuck with inside and outside the ring. He'll keep it real with you. But this fight is it's a dangerous fight for both, bro. And I feel like it's who catch who. But I just think at the end it's gonna come down to the second half of the fight. Who could be the smartest in the fight, bro? But it's gonna be a hell of a fight, man. One hell of a fight.
So did they make it? Did they make the fight, or they just talking about it?
They said they in heavy talks.
They in heavy talks. Yep. So
that's good. I want to see my homeboy whoop that ass.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of both, right? And like I said, I'm a big fan of both fighters. But at the end of the day, I'm pulling for Regis. You know what I'm saying? I've always been a big fan of Regis. I've been a big fan of Mikey Garcia, but I'm going with Regis. You feel me? I'm going with Regis, and I hope Regis go out here and pull it out. And I think that this could do, because, I mean, Mikey Garcia, he already on that level. He's had big fights. He got a big name. And this, if Regis Prograis can beat Mikey Garcia, this could do wonders for his career. This is the type of fight that he can have on his resume, that he needs on his resume to take him to that next level, right? To really get his name out there. Regis is a good dude, real down-to-earth cat, and I want to see him. I want to see him do well, and I would love to see him beat Mikey, even though I am a Mikey Garcia fan. Regis Prograis, he needed more. He needs this fight more than Mikey Garcia does, and you know, that just might be the thing that he needs to give him that boost to go and beat Mikey Garcia, you know. But like Money said, Mikey Garcia got dangerous power at 140. You saw what Robert Easter said. He was like, man, that boy hit hard. That Mikey Garcia hit hard. At 140, he hits hard. We seen, you know what I'm saying, at 147, he hurt Jesse Vargas, hurt the shit out of Jesse Vargas several times in that fight and dropped him at 147. So Mikey has power, and his power comes a lot from his timing, and he knows how to sit down on his shots and throw them correctly. And Mikey and one thing with Mikey, he's a very accurate puncher. But the thing with Regis Prograis is a very good body puncher. You know what I'm saying? That could be, right, a plus going against Mikey Garcia is Regis Prograis making his home down there at the body. He could give Mikey Garcia a lot of problems digging to that body. So like I said, they both have very good things that they do well that could affect each opponent in different ways. So this is a great bout. This to me, like I said, Coach, it's a true 50-50 fight. True 50-50 fight. Yeah, anybody else? One of y'all can rock.
I couldn't hear.
Yeah, you good, Coach? You off of mute?
Yeah.
You low. Yeah, you okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
money, what you got on there?
yeah, but it's gonna be a hell of a fight, bro. Man, what you say, Keith? What you say?
I said nah. So I said, you got anything else on that fight?
Oh man, no, it's just gonna be one hell of a fight, bro. Both of them dudes, man. Like I say, that's just a straight up 50-50 hard nosed tough fight right there. If you gave me $1 million, told me to put it on somebody, I wouldn't know who to put it on, so I just put that shit in my pocket. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
hey, real shit though, real talk.
For real, dog. That
That's
fight is
how I feel about it.
it's dangerous
Man,
for both, bro. But I'm rolling with Regis though. Let's not get this misunderstood. You feel me? I'm rolling with my New Orleans brother, 120. But I know what Mikey possesses and what he brings to the table, and I know what Regis possesses, bro. And man, if Regis can beat Mikey, bro, let's go put him on another level, bro. Let's go put him on another level.
I just hope they make the fight. That's what I'm hoping. That's
Right.
my main thing. I think Rougarou gonna handle this business. Bro, that dude is athletic, bro. You know, and people don't realize his IQ is high in boxing. Just like a lot of people didn't realize how high Tank IQ is. Tank got a high IQ, you know. So I
Yeah,
think
you
Regis
do.
gonna give him the business, bro. I think
Man.
Mikey is too flat footed, and I think Regis' hands is too fat, and Regis punch just like Mikey punch hard, bro. Regis can crack, bro. I didn't, bro. That dude can look at the knockout percentage.
They both dogs.
Yeah, but look at that knockout percentage with Regis, bro. That dude knock a lot of people out, bro. Boy's strong, man. For
Mikey
140,
do too, though.
Regis, huh?
Mikey do too. Mikey
Look
got
at
a real high knockout percentage too, though.
Look at the knockout percentage and compare them. I can tell you right now, Regis shit is high. But Regis stop a lot of dudes, bro. And he fought in that World Boxing Super Series. That dude can fight, bro.
Yeah, man. And y'all hit
And
the like button.
It's gonna be a
Everybody
good
in
fight.
the building, if you ain't hit the like button yet, smash on my like button. Everybody smash on the like button. It don't make no sense if you ain't hit the like button yet.
The difference is gonna be the left hand. That's what's gonna give Mikey the problem. Him being left-handed and throwing that jab from that side, that's gonna give him the problem. Same thing happened with Earl. He couldn't time Earl, and he got good distance. And the only difference is, you know, Regis is a little shorter, but he taller than Mike. It's gonna be a problem for him. And Regis got a fast, hard jab. So, like I said, that's his problem. Just like Derek James and them figured it out and saw it. You know, it's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be a problem. Then Regis gonna go to the body hard. Same thing.
Well, we got to see because, like I said, this is a 50-50 fight. But at the end of the day, Regis ain't no Errol Spence. So that's two different fighters and two different fights. Regis, you know, I love Regis, but he ain't no Errol Spence. He ain't no
Hey, you know they fought in the amateurs, huh?
Yeah, Errol Spence beat him.
He beat him twice, but the fight could have went either way. The first fight, then he said the second fight, Errol beat him. You know, it wasn't, no question. You know, but man, Regis started fighting late too, man. You know, he wasn't fighting young.
Yeah, they both. I think Errol started fighting at what 15.
Yeah.
15? Yeah. So yeah, man. But like I said, man, it'll be a hell of a fight that we need to get. So you got anything else on that money before we move on?
Nope.
Okay, well, shit, let's go ahead and get into it, man. You had touched on it a little bit earlier, money. So, right now we getting word, right? Caleb Plant, man. I haven't heard it from his mouth. I haven't heard it from his team. So this is allegedly, right? Allegedly, Caleb Plant is standing on his square, right? Caleb Plant is asking for $10 million. He's telling Canelo Alvarez's team, look, you know what I'm saying? You gave all of them other dudes more than what you offered me. So basically the news is that they're trying to offer Caleb Plant $6 million. Caleb Plant is saying, no, I need 10, right? You had Billy Joe Saunders. I think he got like 8 million. And then you had Colin Smith. He got like 7 mil or something like that. And they trying to offer Caleb Plant less than they did all of them, you know what I'm saying, them two other guys, right? Now, the thing is they're trying to say, Canelo's team is trying to say, well, you know, Caleb Plant don't have a name like that. But Caleb Plant is like, look, it don't matter. I'm a champion. You offer them what you offered them. This is this is for undisputed, right? This is for all the belts. Those other fighters that you offered more than what you offered me. It wasn't as many belts on the line, and you still offered them more than what you're trying to pay me, right? So it don't matter. This is for undisputed. This is a huge fight. I want 10 mil, and I'm standing on that, right? I'm standing on that. I'm not moving off my square. And we know things happen like this, right? It's negotiation tactics, right? Now they're saying that they have to come to some agreement within the next 4 to 5 weeks, or they're gonna have to move on if they can't come to the agreement within the next few weeks, right? So what I ask y'all is Caleb Plant, do y'all think he outpricing himself? Because my opinion is I think Caleb Plant has a great point. Stand on your square. Don't lowball me, right? I have something that you want, and you have something I want, right? It's a big fight. It's a unification bout. It's never been, it's an undisputed bout. It's never been undisputed at 168. This is a fight that's going to make history. Don't lowball me. I'm standing on my square. You're not finna come over here and tell me how much I'm taking, right? I told you from the beginning how much I wanted, and that's what I'm sticking to. And then Canelo, they trying to get him down. So, I mean, how y'all feel about this? Before we gonna get into it more, but how do y'all feel about that? Do y'all think that Canelo is trying to lowball Caleb Plant, or do you think Caleb Plant is trying to outprice himself? Money, let me get your take on it first.
I believe Caleb Plant, you gotta look at your last payday, man. At $10 million is a lot of money, bro. Caleb Plant ain't bringing $10 million worth of fans to the goddamn table. I'm gonna keep it real. You feel me? Yes, it's gonna be a nice purse, but Canelo is gonna get a nice purse for anybody. That's what he gotta understand. It don't matter if it's Caleb Plant for undisputed, better be for unification, motherfucking David Benavidez for defending, or Charlo or Andrade. Canelo is gonna get Canelo type payments. You can't go up there talking about no $10 million. You never even touched millions of dollars before. You see what I'm saying?
Don't know that money.
Listen, bro, my man's haven't got nowhere near no goddamn $10 million.
No, I'm not saying 10 million. I'm saying you said millions.
Now, this man, he probably got. Listen, he did. I'm gonna go check the records. I'll be damned.
But before you say that, let me say this real quick, right? I was listening to Danny Garcia, right? I was listening to Danny Garcia, and they talked about what he thought about Sean Porter getting offered $1 million from Bob Arum. And Danny Garcia said, $1 million? He said, well, all I know, I can't speak on their business. He said, but I know I made over $1 million in 2011. So you don't really know what these dudes is really making behind the scenes. You know what they report, but especially with Al Heyman fighters, you don't know what they really get.
Listen, we talking about Danny Garcia and Sean Porter, who
2011.
Right? We talking about Danny Garcia
wasn't that fighter in 2011.
We talking about Danny Garcia. You can't tell me Caleb Plant have a better fan base than Danny Garcia.
I said 2011, not now.
I'm talking about
is not the same fighter that he was in 2011.
We're saying in 2011, Danny Garcia still had the motherfucking Puerto Rico fan base, and you're not still going to tell me. All right, man. At the end of the day, Danny Garcia had a Puerto Rican fan base, right?
Danny Garcia wasn't a big name in 2011.
When we looking at Danny Garcia, right? When we looking at Danny Garcia, like I said, he brings something different than what Caleb Plant brings to the table. His name ain't bigger than Danny Garcia. So right now, you gotta look at his biggest purse, right? And if it's triple your biggest purse, then you gotta take that shit. $5 to $6 million is a great fucking payday for him to get inside that fucking square circle with Canelo Alvarez. That's gonna be your fucking biggest payday. So it's gonna be up to him, because if you don't fight Canelo, who the fuck you go fight and how much you gonna make? Nowhere near the money Canelo Alvarez is offering you. So when you sit up there, you try to outprice yourself for $10 million to stay on that jackpot, and they telling you no, they not fit to bow down to you. They don't give a fuck about that one last title. Canelo is gonna be great with or without undisputed at 168. So if you want to try to play bud, I'm gonna stand on my square until I get what I want. Okay, you gonna have your ass up there fighting for motherfucking 6 figures or maybe a 1 point something, because he's not pulling in X amount of millions of dollars. This is his biggest payday. This is the biggest stage of your fucking career. And if you want to listen to your business team, go right ahead, bro. But I know Al Heyman is a great businessman. I'm quite sure Al Heyman he asking for $10 million. He probably standing on that. But I know Al Heyman looking like, man, look, 10 million is a stretch. That's a goddamn stretch. You feel me? He ain't bringing no $10 million worth of excitement to the table for Canelo. Like I say, you can't look at that man money and try to bank his checks and make them your checks. So I wish him the best. If he stand on your square, I'm not saying don't go and try to get it. I'm not telling him no, don't stand on the shit. But if it was me, you feel me? I'm gonna be smart. You just got married, right? So man, you better go stop playing to get them motherfucking millions of dollars, boy. But he go listen to his team. He's standing on 10 million. He feel like that's what he worth. I'm not gonna tell him what he's worth. I'm not telling him to bag out of it. But don't overprice yourself and sit up here like you bringing $10 million worth of shit to the table because you're not, bro. But you can go, coach.
I kind of disagree with you, money. Canelo trying to make history, and it's gonna cost you to make history. It's gonna cost you. He want that other belt. He ain't never had no 168-pound unification.
Not enough to pay his damn rent.
The first Mexican. Caleb Plant got money, so he gonna stand on what he. I don't need Canelo. That's how he's feeling. I can still go make a few million and win my fights with ease. So he's looking at it as a business move. He's looking at it like supply and demand. You want this belt. That's the only way you can be undisputed. So you're gonna pay me to have a shot at getting this belt. That's how he's looking at it. You're not gonna make history as far as being undisputed at 168 unless you get this belt, and it's gonna cost you supply and demand. So that's how and I don't blame Caleb Plant. Canelo, you got enough money. You making 30, and I know you saying, well, he got the fan base. That's all fine and well, but it's still a part of his negotiation as far as my belt is worth something, my time, my life is worth something. I want 10 million. You gonna make 30, 40 million. I want 10, and that's how he's looking at it. You want this belt. I could go fight somebody else and still keep my belt. You want the opportunity to become the first Mexican at 168 to become undisputed. So you're going to have to pay me. That's all it is to it. Just like if you go and pull all the bananas off a tree and a motherfucker need bananas and they need them bad, well, what you going to pay me for each banana? Same shit, bro. It's supply and demand. You're just not going to be undisputed. Caleb Plant could go on and still make a great living, go and make him a few million fighting lesser opponents.
He made $750,000 his last fight.
Bro, stop talking. Stop bringing up what they reported, bro. Stop bringing
you talking about. This ain't no motherfucking pay-per-view fight. You talking about
no. Stop bringing that reported shit up because me and you both get on here and we talk about how they report shit and that shit is a lie. Don't come on here with that. What they
we talking about pay-per-view
because we know that's some bullshit.
Wait a minute. First of all, we talking about Caleb.
You know that's some bullshit. Don't come on here with that bullshit.
So he made millions of dollars fighting Caleb Truex. That's what you're telling me.
One thing
he made millions of dollars fight Caleb Truex. So he made $1 million fight Caleb Truex.
What they reported shit.
He made $1 million.
They reported that Sean Porter and Errol Spence made $2 million.
Get the fuck out of here somewhere.
Hey, money. Think about it like this,
bro.
Think about it like this.
Bro, 750,000 sound about right for a Caleb Truex fight.
Listen. The boy sitting at the poker table. He's sitting at the poker table with a raw flush. You want this belt, bro. You want this belt. You gonna pay me for what this belt is worth to you. That's all it is to it.
Now you can try to bluff. You can try to bluff, but like I say,
it ain't no bluff. He's sitting there with that motherfucker sitting with a lottery ticket in his hand, bro.
Exactly. That's why you're getting millions of dollars.
Right. And he wants 10. So give me 10. If you're gonna give me 10, fuck it. I'll go on and if I make 750 the next fight, it don't matter to me, bro. I know one thing. I'm already set for life. The boy that made money over the course of his career.
Well, I'm not gonna miss out on them goddamn millions. That's him. He might be right. You go get 750,000. You go pay Uncle Sam. Look, you gonna pay Uncle Sam. You gonna pay your team. Your ass be left about.
You talking about the 750,000? You know that's some bullshit yourself.
You talking about, bro? You talking about?
Nah, you know that's some bullshit yourself.
You talking about pay-per-view numbers?
Let me look up and see what they reported.
We talking about pay-per-view numbers.
That shit with any other fighter, you keep it 100 and you say, "Hey, what they report ain't what they really getting in." You know that. Don't get on here and act like you don't know that PBC fighters
with that shit, boy.
get way more than what what they get. What
Boy,
they say
get
they
your ass
report.
out there with that shit.
Now all of a sudden you don't know, money. Now all of a sudden you acting like you don't know.
Dude,
come
so
on,
you,
bro. Get off
man,
the
y'all not
bullshit.
man, get off it. Y'all not finna say this man got no fucking $1 million to fight a fucking Caleb Truex. You sound dumb as fuck. 750,000 sound just about the right fucking number.
Okay, does 2 million sound right for Sean Porter?
About? I'm finna stay on 750,000.
Sean Porter ain't made over 2 million. Do that sound right?
What?
Miss me with that bullshit, man.
Man, you talking about a fucking Caleb Plant to Sean Porter?
Get out of here with that shit. You talking right now?
You talking about a Caleb Plant to a Sean Porter?
Can you know Caleb Plant did made way more than $750,000?
Dude, he made $750,000 of first Caleb Truex. That's
so everybody purse. That's how you find out when all the PBC fighters. You just go and read. You go on the internet and read what Google tell you.
Yeah, get out of here, man.
That's what you're doing.
So anytime you want to find out a purse for a PBC fighter, you go and read what Google tell you. All right. So what's the max? What's the max, Keon? What's the max that he made then? Since it ain't 750. What's the max? What's the max?
Come on, bro. Stop. Because you said shit that you know is some bullshit.
Okay, if it ain't 750,000, what is the max that he made?
You're saying shit that you know is some
bullshit.
Go
ahead, answer the question, bro.
Everybody that knows shit about
shut your ass up then.
The one thing
with PBC fighters,
you ain't gonna say the max. Way more than what's reported.
You not gonna say the max. Shut your ass up.
Straight up.
You ain't gonna say the max.
Straight up. You want some bullshit.
Hold on, money. Hold on. First of all, we know why he got paid that amount of money, right? We have to take into account that was COVID-19, bro. What about the fights before that when they had people in the crowd? What he made? Listen, so you got to look at that. That was the best.
Listen, Coach, let me tell you, Coach. The guys that he fought after he won the title ain't guys that's going to get you $1 million paydays, bro. You fought fucking Mike Lee, a motherfucker that was on the Subway commercial, right? He was a nothing nobody. You fighting this guy. Then I think he had like 3 fights since he won the title. I don't know. But the names ain't fucking appealing to get you $1 million paydays. Six figure paydays, high 6 figures. That sound about right. 750,000 for a fucking Caleb Truex sounds about right. I bet you didn't make 750. Probably. I bet you made less against Mike Lee. He probably made less money against a Mike Lee.
Anyway, moving along, because you know you talking about some bullshit.
Man, you got don't tell me I'm talking about no bullshit. Like I said, you can't say the max that he got, so sit your ass down.
So moving along, he made So Yildirim made $6 million. You dig? Fucking what's the next fighter? What's his name? The fighter he fought after Yildirim, the big tall. Colin Smith, right? He made what did he make? $7-8 million, and then we know that Billy Joe Sanders made $8 million, right? Now Caleb Plant is telling you, look, you paid all of them $6 to $8 million. Now this is an undisputed bout. Ain't none of them dudes had a bigger name than me. And I know you're gonna say, oh well, they was big in England. They didn't have to fight in the UK. They had to fight in the US. So none of them dudes had a bigger name than me in the US, right? And it's all 4 belts on the line, right? You're not gonna offer me the lowest out of all them dudes. You're not gonna offer me that when it's 4 belts on the line and I got something that you want. So if you want to come over here and you want this belt and you think you can become undisputed, you're gonna pay me what I want. Period. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna pay me what I want. But it's a negotiation tactic. Now, can they meet in the middle? Because if Plant think that he could beat Canelo, right? He got something, right? Canelo has something that he wants, right? But it's like this. I feel Plant. You got a name like Canelo. You dig? Everybody is looking to fight Canelo, right? Because Canelo is a big name on your resume, and also it's a big payday.
So now
I get this fight. Let me finish. Let me finish.
He made $2 million. He made $4
hold on. Now it's a big fight, right? It's a big fight, a big payday fight. It's supposed to be, and then I get to my big payday fight, and you trying to pay me $6 million when I know I could fight motherfucking Benavidez, and I probably can make that, close to that fighting Benavidez, if not that. You feel me? So I get to the big fight with Canelo, and now it ain't no big payday fight. It's just a fight with money I could probably make fighting another fighter.
I'm telling you right now, that man ain't making no $6 million.
Come on, bro.
Benavidez. You can stop that one. $6 million fighting Benavidez ain't happening.
But so it's a negotiation tactic. So on both sides, they both have something that each one of them wants. Both of them should want to be undisputed. So at the end of the day, it's a negotiation tactic. If he started at 10, right, you're always gonna start high. You're not gonna fucking lowball yourself and start low. So he started high. They should be able to meet somewhere. Like, okay, the last opponent got 8. Okay, give me 8. But I don't blame Caleb Plant for standing on his square. You know what I'm saying? If you want this belt, I know if I'm Caleb Plant, if he want this belt, well, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? He either gonna pay me what I want, or we gonna both move on. He ain't gonna become undisputed, right? I'm not gonna become undisputed, but we gonna go ahead and move on. It is what it is. He's gonna have to come back. He's going to have to come back and meet my demand, what I want, or close to what I want. He's gonna have to come back and meet my demand from what I want or close to what I want, right? At the end of the day. If not, he ain't gonna be undisputed.
That's that Canelo pay. They gonna be a damn fool.
I don't think it's that important to Caleb Plant, to be honest with you. I think Caleb Plant is like whatever. I think he's like, you know, I don't need to be undisputed. I don't care. I'm a champion. That's just his attitude. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's as passionate about it as Canelo is. I don't think, because Canelo really want to be undisputed. Like,
it's the first time somebody be undisputed at the division, coach. Nobody never been undisputed, but
right.
So Canelo pay that he a fool.
So I really believe that, you know, Caleb Plant, like, say, bro, I got what you want, and you got to come get it. So you gonna pay me, or I don't care about being undisputed. I really don't think Caleb Plant give a shit about being undisputed. I think he just want his money, and then if he win the fight, fine. But if not, so be it. Coach, I just think that's his attitude.
Your honest opinion, though, coach, what do you think he's worth? I'm just saying, not what he want. He want 10. Your honest opinion, when you're looking at Canelo, you're looking at Caleb Plant, what you think the number should be? That's a fair number for him to share that ring with Canelo Alvarez.
To be honest with you, money, because this is a unification bout and how big it's gonna be, and how much they're gonna make in a pay-per-view, and how much, bro, they're gonna make a lot of money on this pay-per-view, bro, because it's undisputed and it's Canelo.
It's on the zone, though, coach. It ain't the pay-per-view.
Huh? It's on the zone?
Yeah.
They said, well, you don't know what it's gonna be on, because Caleb Plant is what, a Fox fighter or Showtime fighter?
Nah, it's on the zone, coach.
Oh, it's on the zone?
Yeah, they go negotiate.
I mean, I can see him getting 8.
I
can see him getting 8.
I say 6 to 7. If 8, I ain't mad at 8. But
I can see 8. The reason I can see 8 is because it's for undisputed. I can see 8.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad. But if they come with a 7-piece, for me, 6 and 7. I think 7 will be the max for me. But if he can get that extra meal, but to me, I think $7 million is the max to me for an undisputed fight with Caleb Plant. 7 is the max.
Zenith 360 say, according to Hearn, money wasn't the issue. It's Hearn. I don't know. Like I said, and these are all allegedly. Like I said, we haven't heard anything from Caleb Plant and his team. A few weeks ago, Caleb Plant was asked about the $10 million. And he was like, well, you know, I never said that. He was like, but I'm not saying that ain't the number. He was like, you know, when we get into negotiations, you know, it is what it is. Whatever I ask for is what I ask for, and that's what it's gonna be. But
hey, bro,
let me get this super chat real quick, coach. 817B, salute in the building, and salute to Zenith 360 also. But 817B say at Money Brown TV, he says, you know, Canelo gonna get favored on the cards, and so does Caleb. He says, so pretty much he's saying, pay for this belt, you finna fuck me out of it. I don't know, man, but
you down 3 rounds. You down 3 rounds. You down 3 rounds from the fucking jump.
It did. Zenith 360 say back in that super chat again, he say Jacobs got 12 mil. Plant asking for 10. Reasonable.
Hey. Danny Jacob was a bigger draw than Caleb Plant, too. But, you know, It is what it is. This undisputed, bro.
Danny Jacobs made millions of dollars with the Golovkin too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was a bigger draw than Caleb Plant. I do agree with that. But hey, this is the first undisputed ever at 168. But so I feel both sides. I mean, if Canelo and his team, they looking at Caleb Plant and they like, okay, when we went and looked at the numbers, right? And I'm not even talking about the purses. I'm talking about the numbers of the amount of fans that you bring to the network. When we looked at the numbers, right? We say that, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not worth that, right? But at the same time, you know, he has a point. Canelo got a point. They need to meet somewhere. If you paid your last opponent $8 million, well, give him at least $8 million. Give Caleb Plant at least $8 million. But you got to also understand, right? In this situation, Caleb Plant is going to have to fight on the DAZN pay-per-view. Right. You dig what I'm saying? Now, we know how Al Heyman works. So we're not going to put all of this on. Caleb Plant might be behind the scenes like, yeah, shit, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it. But Al Heyman is like, hey, you ain't going over there. This is the number, right? Unless you getting paid this number, you're not going over there to that other network and having that fight.
Hey, money. Hey, Keon, let me. I gotta get out of here, bro. But man, it was good talking to y'all, bro. I'm gonna be back on next week with y'all, bro.
Yes, sir, Coach.
Bro.
Man, good to
y'all
see you, Coach.
Be up, man. Y'all be up, bro.
You too.
Good seeing you, Coach. All right. Yeah. But yeah, money. So we got to take an accountability. A lot of that probably has. I mean, I'm not even gonna say probably. It has a lot to do with Al Heyman. Al Heyman, right, advises his fighters. They're not going to go against his words. And Al Heyman probably broke down the numbers, put that $10 million out there, and Al Heyman probably said, look, this is what will go over here to your network. You got to mute your back. This is what will go over here to your network, and this is what we're going to take. Other than that, my fighter is not going over to DAZN and having the showcase fight on DAZN for less than this amount of money. And that's just what it is. We know how they work. I came out with a video breaking down to you exactly how Al Heyman and PBC work. So we're not going to put it all on Caleb Plant because at the end of the day, I really don't think that Caleb Plant give a damn about if Caleb Plant is 100%, he has enough time to train. I don't really think that he really give a damn about that. Yeah, he going to get his business right. But I don't really think that Caleb Plant is that type of dude that's going to try to price himself out of shit. But he's not going to be retarded when it comes to business either. So a lot of that got to do with Al Heyman. And this is a card that a PBC fighter will have to go to DAZN and fight. And let's just keep it real. I'm not trying to say that, oh, well, Canelo, you know what I'm saying? He already going to be up 3 rounds. But let's keep it real. You going over there and fighting Canelo on DAZN, you're going to have a very hard time winning on the scorecards. And that's just a fact. Not taking nothing away from Canelo, but that's a fact. You go over to DAZN in Canelo's territory, you're going to have a real tough time beating Canelo on the scorecards unless you just fucking beat him every fucking round clearly. It's going to be hard to get a W on the scorecards. So you got to take that in accountability too. But, you know, and let me read some of y'all comments. Uppercuts Boxing Nation, what's happening with it? Salute to you. Canelo ain't knocking out Caleb Plant. Slim 300. And we could put some bread on that when that fight come up. 817 say, I love Caleb and want him to win. Just think Canelo gonna see he can't KO him and he gonna walk him down. He says, if for some reason it goes to the cards, Canelo will get the favorite, period. We see, he said, we seen it already. Bernie Martinez says, I think Danny beats Plant. Danny Jacobs do not beat no Caleb Plant. Y'all ain't putting no respect on Caleb Plant name at all. Y'all tripping, man. Y'all ain't putting no type of respect on Caleb Plant at all. But hell of a fight. I would love to see this fight happen. Before we get to talking and cooking on this a little bit more, anything else you want to say on this, Money?
Nope. I just think if he passed up on that Canelo payday, he'd be a damn fool. I know people saying he don't care about this, he don't care about that. You don't work your way to get to the pinnacle of the sport just to pass up on it. I still think they're going to come to a conclusion. They're going to come to a situation. I don't think he's going to miss out on that payday. You feel me? If you do, that's your biggest payday of your career. And that motherfucker don't come back around to you, man, that's just hustling backwards to be, dog. You going to fight for this little chump, I ain't going to say it's chump change, but these numbers, and then you got a chance to get this, you know, they'll come to a conclusion. So I feel like it's still going to happen. I want it to happen. I want Canelo and Caleb Plant next. I want that fight. I want the undisputed fight. So like I say, if he's standing on 10, I'm not telling him to back down to none of that. I'm just telling him to be reasonable and be smart. Shit, boxing ain't here for that long, homie. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But I wish him all the best.
So, you know, moving on with this same situation, is reports that if they don't get this fight made, we'll either see Canelo Alvarez stay in 168 and fight David Benavidez, or move up, right, and fight Arthur Beterbiev. Now, I doubt that he'll move up in his career at this point and fight Arthur Beterbiev for another title at 175, just for the simple fact is that because you told everybody that you was going to campaign at 168, right? It's going to be hard for you to continue to move up and down in weight like that, right? You go up, you fight Beterbiev, and then you go back down to 168 for a second time. I think that really Canelo has plans to get all the titles at 168 and then move up and fight Arthur Beterbiev. So I don't see him doing that. I do think a fight between him and Benavidez. Damn, I'll be mixing them two names up. Benavidez, right? David Benavidez. I think that fight is more likely, right? Plus, is a Mexican holiday, Mexican Independence Day. Also, that will be huge. That'll be a huge fight. So, which fight would y'all like to see more? Caleb Plant or Benavidez in September? Which fight would y'all like to see more? And which fight do you think is a better fight?
I think Beterbiev is the stronger fighter. I think that'll be a tougher fight. But I think Caleb Plant is the more meaningful fight. That's undisputed. That's right there. You're already there. I think that's the fight that he need to take, man. He need to make that happen. I think it's go stand for something more better on the Mexican holiday. You're doing something that's never been done in boxing. You was a champion at 175 already. Now going up to be Beterbiev for undisputed. I mean, sorry, not undisputed for unification because he got two titles up there. That'd be something special as well with a name like Beterbiev. You know, knowing how strong he is and what he did to Alexander Gosling, made him retire and shit. But taking on somebody in the Caleb Plant, a young fighter like him, with a world title for undisputed on a Mexican holiday, that shit is just sound much better. The backstory is just more better than going up to fight Beterbiev for a unification bout. So I think Beterbiev would be the stronger, tougher fight because how big he is, 175.
No, Benavidez. What about Benavidez?
Oh, Benavidez would be a hell of a fight on Mexican.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said.
Oh, I said Beterbiev. Oh,
no,
Benavidez.
I said Benavidez.
Oh well, I want Caleb Plant. That's no question. I think Benavidez will be a hell of a fight on Mexican holiday. Him defending his titles versus another Mexican, right? That shit'll do numbers. It'll be a great fight. But I still just think the Caleb Plant fight is bigger than that as well. Caleb Plant got that title. Like I say, it's standing for something more. You're doing something, creating something.
Benavidez is. I think he's half Mexican and half Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
so
but
he's Mexican.
You're going to fight Benavidez. It ain't gonna. You get the win. Yeah, you beat a young stud in Benavidez. You're right. The people consider the rightful WBC champion, but he ain't because he lost the damn title. But at the end of the day, like you're not getting that out of you. Just beating a young stud instead of beating a young stud with a title, right? Because Caleb Plant and Benavidez, they two different fighters, but you know what I mean. One got something. You know what I mean. He got something that you want. So Canelo's mind is focused on Caleb Plant. His mind is Caleb Plant. He said if it ain't Caleb Plant, then he might go up for Beterbiev. But I think his mind is focused on Caleb Plant, and I think they're gonna make it happen. But between Benavidez and Caleb Plant, I'll stick with Caleb Plant. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the better fight at the moment because what's on the line. You feel me? So I like that fight. I'm gonna go with Caleb Plant.
And let me read this super chat. Zenith 360 off in the building once again. He says, money is not the problem. He says, Hearn don't want to lose Canelo to PBC. Canelo deal with Hearn expired. Both made offers. He said, Hearn, DAZN and PBC, DAZN and PBC pay-per-view. He says, fight was in jeopardy when Eddie negotiated in public. Also, basically what he's saying is that Canelo Alvarez's deal is up with DAZN, which he is correct, right? And so what they're trying to do, and it makes sense what Zenith 360 is saying. He says what they're trying to do is DAZN is trying to lobby for the fight to, to keep Canelo over there and lobby for Caleb Plant to come to DAZN. But PBC is saying, well, since he a free agent, we want the fight on PBC pay-per-view. We want Canelo to come over here. So at the end of the day, if that's the case, that's on Canelo. If Canelo can go where he wants, and he said this out of his own mouth. So if Canelo, he could choose to go to PBC, because if it happens on PBC pay-per-view, well, Plant ain't got no argument. He get paid whatever Al Heyman and them tell him he gonna get paid, right? He gonna get his back end money. It's huge. He probably end up making more than 10 mil. Real shit, right? So what he's saying is it's not a money thing, right? It's Eddie Hearn. Eddie is, it's the networks. So that makes a lot of sense, right? It makes a lot of sense. That's why the fight is in jeopardy, right? Canelo said himself that he loves working with Eddie Hearn. Now, I think that Canelo a free agent. He said it. This is what he said. He said he's free to do whatever he want to do. But I'm pretty sure that Eddie Hearn and DAZN, they trying to lock him into another contract. So all of that shit is on Canelo at the end of the day. It all depends on where Canelo want to go, right? He can easily sign a one-fight deal with PBC and tell DAZN, look, hey, they offering me more money or whatever it is. I think, it's going to come down to who offers more money for this fight. Who can put up more money? Who wants to fight more? On what network? So that's basically what it is, man. What you think about that, Money? You there?
Say that again, Key.
I said, what do you think about that, what I just said?
Yeah, if it go to Fox, like I say, still with the pay-per-view, we'll see. We'll see who will make the bigger offer. Now, if it's going over to Fox and it's on pay-per-view, then that is probably be a different story, depending on what it sells. Depending on what it sells, you get your upfront, and then you negotiate on the back end for a nice percentage. But like I say, we'll see, man. We'll see. I like that PBC get a chance to shoot for it, right? And I think whoever got the biggest money is gonna come out on top. But I think Canelo like doing business with DAZN and Eddie Hearn. I think he like it. I think they got a situation going on to where, Canelo is a loyal dude at the end of the day. He's loyal as fuck. But at the same time, it's still business too, and he's free. He's free to negotiate. So with him, man, I'm fucking gassing. With him, we'll have to see. That's probably what Caleb spent down banking on, to try to get it over on Fox, Fox View.
Right.
So
But
they can pull that shit off. That'll be big as fuck.
And another thing, Money, right? And so, right, if you have a problem to where is the networks, right? The networks is the problem, right? If you come into that problem and then Canelo is saying, no, I'm not gonna sign no type of deal with PBC to go over there for the fight, right? You still gonna have the same problem with the David Benavidez fight. If that's the route that you take it, that I'm staying loyal to DAZN and Eddie Hearn, you're gonna come to the same conclusion if it's David Benavidez on the table, right? Either way, because those are both big pay-per-view fights that both networks are going to want to have on their platform. The only thing I can see is then you won't have that problem if you fight Bitterbeat at 175. So it might be a situation to where he might have to be forced to move up if he want to stay loyal to DAZN, because all the other fighters on the PBC platform.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. It's gonna be, at the end of the day, to me, Canelo gonna have the leverage. It's gonna be whatever Canelo wants, and if he wanna give him the money or go this way or go that way, we know he the superstar in the situation. So with these type of things, man, they always tricky, bro. They always tricky. But Canelo is a businessman now. It don't matter how much. I just think how much loyal he is. If them numbers is speaking the right numbers over on the paper, I mean over on the Fox PBC side, and Eddie Hearn, his ass like money as well. So I think they go that way. But it's gonna be hard to gauge that. It's gonna be hard to gauge that. So I'm just gonna look and see what happens, bro. What Eddie Hearn said, I think he said in the next week, well, the next 3 weeks or some shit. They want to see what it is before they go look at somebody else. Or the
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, so shit, that fly by that ain't even that long.
But the thing is, so is that if Eddie Hearn is out here speaking for Canelo, does that mean that Canelo's not a free agent, that he signed back with Eddie Hearn?
Right. I think the deal with the zone is up. I think he still got to fight with Eddie Hearn. I think he still got one fight with Eddie Hearn. I think with the network, I think the situation with the zone is up. I think he had a couple fights with the zone, if I'm not mistaken. I think him and Eddie still got one fight.
Well, I remember in the press conference, he said that he was a total free agent, and they asked him, well, you know, are you going to basically, you know, continue? Are you going to sign back with Eddie Hearn? And he was like, well, you know, we got to negotiate or whatever. He was like, but I love working with Eddie Hearn. So I think his deal was with Eddie Hearn was up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever he had with Eddie Hearn was up. So what it sounded like to me, if that's the case, that he's signed back with Eddie Hearn. If you know, if Eddie Hearn is out here doing the talking and negotiation, because if that wasn't the case, there would be Canelo's team that would be negotiation with both sides. But it's like Eddie Hearn is like, okay, well, we're going to do this, and we're going to have to find another opponent if Caleb Plant don't. So it's a problem. It's the same problem that we've seen, right? And we know that PBC are not letting none of their top fighters go to the zone and fight on their network. Fucked up, but that's just what it is. And Canelo, to me, Canelo knew that. So it's kind of like, man, you a free agent and you want these fights. You can't be locking yourself in with DAZN and Eddie Hearn because you know how these promotional companies work. You know how PBC work. You know how Top Rank work. Why not? You have Canelo Promotions. Why not do what Mikey Garcia did? You have a big enough name. He got a big enough name. So Canelo's big enough to be solely on his own, to where I come over here and I'll fuck with y'all for one fight or two fights. I'll come over here and I'll fuck with y'all for one fight or two fights, depending on what fights you have up for me and depending on what bag you trying to give me. So if he did lock himself in with Eddie Hearn to where he's just solely working with Eddie Hearn, and he is what I want to say, and he's loyal to Eddie Hearn. You don't have no loyalty to Eddie Hearn. You ain't come up in your career with Eddie Hearn. You see what I'm saying? So I think that if that is the case, which I don't know 100% that's the case, but it sounds like it might be the case because Eddie Hearn is doing a lot of talking. Canelo should have stayed a free agent like he said he was, to where he can move however and whenever he wants to, depending on according to what fighters are on what roster. So that's just how I feel about the situation. Especially how especially how boxing is today, and you've actually worked your way up to be that big name, to be able to move how you want to move. So, yeah, that's how I feel about the situation.
Yeah. Canelo gonna have to say so at the end of the day. Like I say, as long as it make good business sense, he gonna be down with it. It's probably come to Caleb Plant what he want to do. And he holds cards too. Like I say, he a world champion as well, so he holds cards as well. But to me, just don't overplay your cards. But I'm with him. We'll see.
Now, honestly, your honest opinion, right? Could you see Canelo on the DAZN promotion walking down that aisle on the walking down to the ring, right, on the DAZN fight card? Caleb Plant.
Yeah, I could. You say, could I see Caleb Plant on DAZN? Yeah, I think Al will make it happen. I think he'll make that happen. I think he'll let Caleb Plant go over to DAZN, right? As long as they come to the right terms with the dollars. But at the end of the day, it's going to be whichever side is on. It's going to be on Canelo, which way you want to swing it, and then it's going to be on Caleb Plant to say, do you want to go this way? I don't think he got no ties to Fox like that, you know. But at the end of the day, it has to be a possibility that he can be on the zone. If it's a possibility for Canelo to go to Fox, it's a possibility that Caleb Plant can go to the zone. I do think that make that happen. I do think Al will let him go over that way. You know, so it just come down to what they talking about, bro. But if you want to fight Canelo, it's going to be where Canelo want to fight. Like my brother BFTB said, told Jamal Charlo, if Canelo wants your ass to fight in Mexico, then you go fight in Mexico. Right. So it's going to be up to Canelo and what he looking at. But at the same time, like I say, I don't want to just overthrow Caleb Plant like he don't hold no power because he do got a world title. But we got to understand who the real superstar is in this fight.
Zenith 360, he said Canelo deal with Eddie expired. Hearn and PBC pitching to host Plant versus Canelo. He says he always talking for fighters that's not signed to him. That's nothing new. Yeah, you right about that, Zenith 360. So basically what he said, yeah, it's up, but Hearn is out here basically trying to talk for Canelo, and Canelo ain't even signed to him. So like I said, at the end of the day, it comes down to what Canelo want to do. You dig? And salute to Lord to the Game Boxing Talk in the building. Salute to my man Kwame. Y'all go check out Lord to the Game Boxing Talk on YouTube.
What's going on, Kwame? If Eddie Hearn talking for Canelo, best believe Canelo gave him some type of permission. Otherwise, he won't be doing it. And that's
think so. I don't know. It's a confusing situation.
I just heard Eddie Hearn say either we're gonna. He said it's a possibility that it can go on Fox, but we're not gonna pass up on this for Caleb Plant. He like we're not gonna wait for Caleb Plant, but he's still a number one option. So he said Arthur Benavidez, Dimitri Bivol, you know, he's gonna fight in September. But if it's Caleb Plant or not, but if he's saying that shit, they gotta have some type of working relationship. I don't just think he gonna come out and just say his name.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because he said it out of his own mouth that I love working with Eddie Hearn, and I look forward to, you know, working with Eddie Hearn in the future, pretty much. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Like I said, within the next month, we will know something. We will know something. So let's see how it all pans out, man. At the end of the day, what I do love about Canelo with this situation, he's moving a lot different than any other fighter. You could talk about Charlo. You could talk about Jamal Charlo. You could talk about Demetrius Andrade. You could talk about any fighter, right? That's in the middleweight division all the way up to light heavyweight, right? He's moving a lot different than any of those fighters because at the end of the day, one thing that we do know, Money, whoever he get in the ring with next, it will be a killer. He is going to be in the ring with top level competition, whoever he get in the ring with next. So if this fight with Plant don't play out, all we need to know is that he will be in the ring with another fighter that we want to see him fight. And we can't ask for more than that.
Yeah, especially on the Mexican holiday, you gonna make sure it's a big time fight.
Right. We can't ask for more than that, dog. That's all we can ask for. Now, man, before I close out, man, let me get your closing words, man.
Shouts out to the people came out showing love. Shouts out to Coach. It was good to see Coach in the building. Y'all make sure y'all go follow me on Money Brown TV. Tonight we're gonna have Blu-ray Fitness in the building. Earl's been strength and conditioning coach. You know, they say they're working on some things. So if y'all want to check out what Earl been doing, see how good of a shape he in, y'all make sure y'all come to Money Brown TV tonight, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time, 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern. Follow me on Instagram at Money_the writer. Continue to support my bro Key. Go subscribe to Scotty, World Combat Sports. Go subscribe to my brother Knockout Boxing 86. Show them some love. They doing good work over there. And y'all know how your boy get down, man. Big dog status, family. Make sure y'all show up tonight, though. Blu-ray Fitness, Money Brown TV, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And like I said, smash on my like button. If you haven't smashed the like button, it don't make no sense to sit up in the background looking, you know what I'm saying, sneaking in the background and don't hit the like button. Smash on the like button. I appreciate everybody that tuned in for another great show today. Like Money said, tune in to Money Brown TV. He gonna have Blu-ray on there tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time. And y'all already know, continue to support the channel. We're going to continue to bring y'all this heat. And y'all already know how we do, you know. There you go, talking that boxing again. Appreciate all y'all, and I'm up out of here. Gone.